talent shines. All right, here we go. We'll start with 62 M1. Got a little belly, got a little CC running through. Scipios. Let's see if we see anything a little bit different running from these guys. QHS. Little Clio provisioners. Got a little Nevsky coming out. Okay. A little Scipio. QHS. BQ. Nothing crazy. Oh, there's a little Hera action going on. All right, let's go check out the 45Q. Right now, I'm just, the only thing I'm looking at right now is March compositions. So that's why you see me clicking. There's Hera, QHS. So nothing out of the ordinary. BQ. A lot of BQs on this side. Scipios, a lot, very heavy infantry. Did they do? Okay, so they're pretty balanced. All right, let's zoom out, see how the formations are breaking off as we enter game 1 of winners finals to see who is going to go and lock their ticket into the grand finals. You love to see it. Right off the rip, we do see a nice even split between both squads. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's look and see if they popped any skills. No skills have been popped. Interesting. No energetic, no nothing being popped right now. So I have a feeling they're all kind of saving up for mid fights, which is kind of an interesting play, right? When you put all your eggs in one basket, it makes it very interesting. So we'll see if they have plans for the mid, or if they're saving up for some provisioning strats, or what each team's going for. But I have a feeling we're all just gonna go brawl it out in the middle. By the way, new code. Hey, thank you for sharing, QQ. Enjoy the free code, fam. All right, looks like a standard break off for the most part. Let's see what 45Q does down on this bot side. It looks like 105, 104. It looks like 45Q were the ones that got to their obelisk first. Stocking up, already coming out for 62 M1. So we are going to have some provision strats coming out. And keep an eye on those obelisks. We do see some marches coming through. Oh, an interesting strat over here on top side. Keep our eyes on it. Both sides are doing it. They're kind of resting, parking their marches behind this wall. Obelisk is about to get capped from both sides. All right, now the split's starting to come. You're starting to see the marches go off. Really like watching this POV until we start seeing fights, because it's interesting how the movements and coordination happens from both sides, which is very smart. All right, obelisks have been captured for the side of 45Q. People are starting to pour it in. And we are about to start seeing our first fights of the match. All right, let's get in here. 40 seconds till altars and shrines begin to open up. Already getting our first fights coming in. It looks so even, man. Okay, there you go. 62 M1 starting to lose some marches. Both sides starting to. Altars opening up. 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. They're all dying. Oh, that was a big pop right there. And 45Q get into the altar first. The BQ garrison though. But I'm pretty confident that 62 is about to lose all the rest of their marches here in a second. Can't wait to experience KVK in my new kingdom. It feels like B seed, but it's a seed. Hey, we ain't complaining. You know what I mean? All right, here comes. So cleared out desert altar. They are holding their shrine and they're pushing on the enemy altar. Look at bot side. Hello. Hello. Pushing 62 M1 back to their obelisk as they posture forward. You always love seeing the positioning of well-organized teams. They aren't behind, they aren't on top, they are in front of the altar, in between the altar and their obelisk. That's ideally where you want to be fighting, because you're going to force them to have to push through your marches in order to get to the altar, and it just makes it that much harder. And man, they have this. They're going full send to pull this first occupation. All right, let's see if they can get it. Let's see if they can get it. A minute left. All right, they just love tapped the garrison. Let's see. Man, it's gonna be interesting. Already losing an altar if they do. Right off the rip. How are we looking on top side? Same thing. Oh no. Are they about to get first occupation on all 4 altars? Fam, what are we doing, fam? 1 minute. 1 minute. There's so many red here. Oh, dude, they're not touching this. We're about to witness 62 M1 lose all 4 first occupations off the rip. Not to mention, they are going to have 45Q are going to have a full skill bar for mid rotation. Dang, chat, we could be GG'd off the rip. Game 1 could be chalked. We're going to keep our eyes on it, but first occupation being held by 45Q right off the rip. Are they going to be able to hold on to it? 14 seconds. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, this is going to probably be the most contested one down here. 3 seconds. Oh, they got it. They got it. There's first occupation coming in. 45Q sneaking out the first of the opponent's desert altars. Actually gets both of them. Oh no. We are gonna see a quad. Oh man, a quad cap of the sky altars. All the altars. First occupation go to 45Q. You're gonna have to, oh my goodness. First thing that happens in the match, you're 12 minutes in, you lose all 4 altars for first occupation. Now you absolutely cannot lose mid. If you lose mid, ooh, woo, this match is over. Right? In the first 20 minutes of the match, it's over. Because while this first arc, right, doesn't necessarily make or break the match, you are now put on your back foot on the first arc, right? Normally it's like, it's 3K, we can just whatever. Nah, if they cap this, you are down almost 6.5K off the rip. Like that, it becomes an uphill climb. Becomes an uphill climb after that. And 45Q did their job. They got all the first occupations. If they can sneak this first arc, not even sneak it, if they can get it, man, they are putting 62 on their back, on the back foot. 45Q using dust up right now. Interesting timing though. Interesting timing for usage, but It is what it is. 45Q were pretty late. And this is the only difference that I would say when you are that first arc is you're coming from 3 different lanes on this first arc for a majority of it, right? Because you still see how many people are still in starting zone compared to the obelisk, and that's just because of limitation on TPs. So the coordination of timing between when they're coming, because this trek of road right here is a lot different than coming from here, right? And so coordinating that and having that on lock is great. After the first one, timing, most people are already by the obelisk. You'll see 1 or 2 still in starting zone, and so the rotation isn't that bad. Let's see what play 62 is going to try to pull. They're going to try to neutral. Ooh, no garrison. GG's. Let's see if they can get somebody in. They might neutral. There you go. There's the Hera. I still don't think that's going to hold, but let's see. Dance until we die. Let's see if it holds. You got to love the bringing back the classic Attila rally. Ooh, woo. A little Attila stuff. Ethel Garrison reminds me of Oppo's Mina clip. Huge shout out to y'all. Thank you again for all the love and support. Do me a huge favor if you're enjoying the streams, the cast, all the stuff for Rise of Kingdoms. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate it. All right, Hera. Let's see if Hera's gonna hold up. I don't think so, because I think this rally is still pretty beefy. And ooh, I can't see. Hera holding on for dear life? Question mark. Let's get in mid fight. About to presume master strategist. Interesting play. Okay. From the side of 62M1, I'm surprised they're popping this so soon. They own the mid to the death, 60 and to the death. Oh, they are confident. Perfect timing. Yeah. Oh, you love to see it. The timing and coordination of that, and mid-fight is over. Mid-fight is over. Wow. Wow. The timing on that was absolute perfection. Absolute perfection. I kind of just want him to insta-cap this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think they're gonna need it. But that was a well-timed, expertly timed master strategy right there. Whoo! Wow. It was like to the point where if they didn't get first pull, it wasn't happening. They would have wasted all those skills. That's the kind of timing perfection that it took. If they didn't get first pull, it was chalked. That whole strategy. Wow. Wow, that was impressive. Okay. Here's the deal though, right? Here's the deal. I think they honestly need to capture this. And the reason being is, and this is why I'm saying this, normally I would be okay with like, okay, just play it off the field, do all that kind of stuff. They're losing pretty drastically on occupation, right? Doesn't show right there, but right here on occupation, they're losing pretty drastically. Part of it's losing those first occupation, but just when you are in the field, right, and you're spectating it, you can just feel when the momentum is like, ugh, right? You got to ride that high, boy. You got to ride that high, get that first cap and come ready, because you got to remember, right? They used a lot of their skills also. So if you're confident in your mid game, you should go. You should run it, because they're going to have less skill points. They're going to have less. So you're going to mess with the timing of skill usage unless you absolutely need skills. Because I will say this. 62 did use to the death. And so they did use probably their entire bar with all of those skills. But was it worth it? Yeah. If they didn't get that, was it worth it? Questionable, right? But hey, they got it. They did the thing. They did the thing. Now they're starting to apply pressure. All right, 45Q takes back their Sky Altar. But you're starting to see here's more pressure. There you go. 62 slowly taking back their game, but you can already see, look at 62's skill bar. Every single skill except for one has been used. The nice part about this, and I will tell you this, is they are using the stocking up strategy. So they do have some provisioning in mind, and then they are also utilizing some great strategy for their mid play. So what it's going to come down to is, can they sustain or neutralize that occupation game on the side of 45Q? Because that can get out of hand very, very quickly. And so we'll see. All right, Hera looks like he's gonna hold up. If GT wins, I'll quit the game. Lies. Cap, calling cap. Nobody believes you, QQ. Got a little CC swarm going on. You love to see it. I put all my stuff on beer because it's a no-brainer. Yeah, you're right. I won't quit. I'll just be surprised. Yeah. All right, here we come. Let's see if we can get some people in. Get the fam in there. Whew. I don't think they're gonna make it, but maybe. Oh. Nope. There it is. Ticks over. All right, let me see. Occupations looking strong on the side of 62 right now. 624 nilled up. But look at double occupation score. $45Q Sky Altar. The issue with these Sky Altars, right, is because they're so close to the obelisk, they're so much faster to reinforce. And if you have a team that prioritizes your altars, you'll be fine, right? Because at the end of the day, you can lose your shrines and be okay with it. You cannot lose your altars and not have points ticking consistently. That just, you will not survive with that. 62 is doing a great job on their swarm, though. I'm just gonna stick here for a minute, see if they can take it down. Oh, they got the Shrine of War. Yeah. They're going to flip. There's going to be a lot of flipping going on of structures. But the important thing to notice is while 62 is doing a fantastic job with mid, right? There is no adjustment, no change to the occupation differential, right? They're still 4,000 points down. I know they're kind of trying to tick that down quite a bit, and I would just presume that they're kind of holding on to it to try to get some ticks on their skill bar after using so much on the first one. The issue comes is I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know if that's going to be enough, right? It'll be interesting. 45Q do hold on to their Sky Altar. And so it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that. They're gonna have to at some point. They're 62, bringing in stocking up again. They're eventually going to have to. Man, they're putting a lot of pressure on mid game, though. I will tell you that. They won't be able to afford to lose an arc. They're gonna have to win all of them. Leaves no room for error. Leo, good to see you, big dog. How you doing? How you doing, fam? We got some matches going on today. I believe it's best of 3 today, so should be a doozy. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for some good matches. We got a nice little swarm from 62 trying to retake their altars. But if you notice, right, it's 62 constantly on their back. It feels like they're always on their back foot. They're always the ones that are having to re-swarm back their structures, right? You don't see that with 45Q. Their stuff is still getting swarmed, but they're not losing it. They're holding it. And that's the difference, right? Because then you have to wait another 2 minutes for it to capture. You have to, like, everything's delayed. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. You know what I mean? So even right now, right, they just took it, but now they got to wait 2 minutes before points are going to start ticking. And then you got to hope that 45Q doesn't retake it down. And so that's when it starts getting real iffy. And that's why the occupation doesn't make a difference, right? You're not seeing the differential shrink because they're not holding the structures to score points. It's constantly in neutral status. Good. I have my coins on beer. I do too, brother. I do too. It's like we're like a mind meld right now, Leo. I'm feeling it. Let me see if I can open it up on a side tab real quick. And then that way I can see what's going on there. Are we all casting the same match? Is nobody casting? Oh, that one's at 15 UTC. That's right. That's right. We're all just chilling, having a good time, boys. Yeah, they're 15 UTC. So I believe winners, as I saw the bracket, is best of 3. And usually the way they do it is they have their match. It's like a 15-minute break. Then they instantly launch back in. If they need a game 3, then it's 15 minutes. Then they launch game 3. So we'll see how many matches we have. We're guaranteed at least 2. We're guaranteed at least 2. Actually, we're guaranteed 3. Because if this doesn't go all 3 games, the 15 UTC time slot would be the GT game. So we would still have 3 matches. So either way, we're going to be flooded with content. Unlike previous years, here's the difference, chat. Unlike previous years, I will not shut down the stream this time. What I've decided to do moving forward is I will keep the stream rolling the entire duration. And then what I'll do afterwards is then I will cut down into videos all 3 matches that we cast and then upload those to the channel. So that's going to be the new format moving forward. That way, whenever y'all want to see them, y'all can always just go and view the matches independently and check them out. So hopefully y'all enjoy that format a little bit more. And I'm excited to bring it to y'all. Beer in 1.5 hours. Yeah. I thought the loser of this match is playing against winner of lower bracket. So when I clicked on the bracket, we can check it out afterwards, Leo. On the bracket, it shows when you click on the match for the winners for this one, it shows 3. But yes, the loser of this one does play the winner of the one down below. So many people bet on GT, it's going to be sad for them. Hey, you never know, man. If GT can, you know, just straighten out their mid game, they'd be good. The mid game is honestly where, from the matches that I've watched, the mid game is where they kind of dipped a little bit. They used to look extremely dominant in mid, but I will also say this mode in particular has a level playing field, and so the advantage that they're used to having doesn't exist. So it's there. At this point, everyone max shop already anyways. That's true. I haven't. I forgot to buy it. GG's. I forgot to buy. Thanks for reminding me, Leo. Hopefully I don't lose, because then Leo, why didn't you remind me, bro? Bros don't let bros. I forgot. Forgive me. I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. We loaded into KVK and I forgot I don't have any troops. And then I had a brain fart. You ready? I forgot how to do crystal tech. It's been so long. I was like the cat, you know, the cat that's seen like the math flying out. Bro, I felt like I was in the Matrix. I was like, what? How do I get crystals again? What do I do? Huh? Dude, I was so blown away. I was like, what? And then I was like, you know what? I'll just go barb hunt. And I was like, fool, you don't even have troops. I'm like, dang it, bro. I was so cooked. I was mentally checked out after I was like hitting a tribe. I was in a barb and then getting cooked. I was like, yeah, no. This ain't it, cuh. Russ from GT is in Oppo's chat and he said they got smoked in practice against beer. I kind of believe it. I also would say this, beer doesn't have a proven track record. I know everyone's hyped on beer, but I wouldn't like give them the flowers yet. I honestly, based on the gameplay that I'm seeing right here, think both of these teams would beat beer, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So it's like, is it? I think there's also a play to be said where it's like when you're losing some of your oldest standing players that retire, your team's gonna naturally take a hit. It's just gonna happen, right? You're losing a lot of experienced OL players, and that's just bound to happen. And just like that, and this is why I was telling you, chat, I did not like the play of them holding it. They already captured the arc, and look, they are still down by almost 3,000 points. If they would have instantly captured it, they would have been down by 1,000. And then they could have reset, they could have chalked. Now, once again, guess what? They're on their back foot. If you're on 62 M1, they're on their back foot again, and they absolutely cannot lose mid again, or else, guess what? They're down by 7,000 points. You know what I mean? And so this is where, like, I'm not a huge fan of holding arc. It's not just about when you capture it, it's about strategically placing that. Sometimes you're gonna have to capture it when it's not as advantageous for you, right? Right? If you're great at mid fights, maybe you need to capture it when neither one of y'all have skill bars, right? You're taking a little bit of a risk, but you have confidence in your mid game. Right now, I feel like they're gonna have to pull another rabbit out of their hat to pull this first arc, because everything that I've been seeing is whenever they are both on the field, 45Q just has the better compositions and is taking them out. So it puts a lot of pressure on you having to pull rabbits out of your hat nonstop in mid. Now, I'm not to say, doesn't say they can't do it, right? The timing of that first master strategy was mint. So if they can do that, I have confidence that they could do it, right? But is it necessary to constantly have that additional pressure to have to do it? That's the key, right? If you can win easily, then win easily. You know, don't have to put it all there. But hey, we're gonna find out together. Couple of minutes. Oh, there's new crystal tech. No. I mean like the old one. I was like, I forgot. I was like, how do I get crystals again? I'm like, I was totally lost. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, why am I gonna buy the crystal tech? I don't have troops to go fight. So I'm still like getting all my troops together. I'm still building back up. And I'm like, why am I gonna like, I wanted to do KVK, but I was like, brother, I don't have any troops to do KVK on. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just chill for this one. And then hopefully by the next one, I'll have some troops and we can have some fun. That's why I haven't done any ARC games or anything like that. I can't even do mini events because I just don't have enough troops to do any of them. So it's like, kind of nukes the fun out of it. That's why I know a lot of y'all keep asking when I'm going to do just regular chill streams. I would, but I don't have enough troops to do any content to kind of fill the time in. You know what I mean? It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Lost is a minor understatement. That's what Ruz said. He himself has bet on beer too. They had to wait to generate enemy. Maybe how many skills did they use them all? They used it all, Leo. They went master strategist to the death and stocking up. They used their whole bar. But I will say this, right? There are plenty of instances where people use their whole bar. The enemy used their whole bar. And then you kind of just run it back, right? If you're confident in your compositions, then run it back, right? Because right now, there are 3 unknown skills, and this is just me pointing out the observation. 3 unknown skills on the side of 45Q that had not been used. You know one of them is a mid skill. So my assumption is it's probably going to be to the death because they didn't use it. The question is 62 going to have enough skill bar to pop both of those? I have a feeling if they do, that last skill is the time skill and they'll try to use both, but I don't know if they're going to have that many skill points to use that. And maybe that's what they're waiting for. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what their plan is. You spectating KVTs anytime soon? I am down. The last time you told me was just I was going on vacation, so I didn't do it. But I'm down. So my thing with spectating KVKs is if I'm going to spectate them, I prefer to do it around pass openings because that's when the most activity is happening, not on a random, we're hunting for the ruins. I don't really care about that. I care about pass openings. Pass openings is when all the fights happen, so that's what I care about. So you'll notice, like, I don't need all the timings for a KVK. All I care about is pass 4, pass 5, pass 7, Kingsland. Those are honestly the 4 times, the only times I want to, if I'm going to spectate, it would be for that. Because that's when the big rallies are coming. That's when the open field, that's when all the juicy stuff happens. 45Q using dust up again. Okay. Let's see. I think it's going to be an interesting play here. Looks like it's full send in the mid for both sides. They're up by 3.2K on the side of 45Q. This next arc is worth 3,500 score. So can bring 62 instantly back in if they do capture it and don't hold. Can, but we're going to find out. Let's see the occupation down by 7,000 in occupation. All right, here we go. Desert Storm coming from 45Q. And now I'm waiting for the last skill. The last skill I'm pretty confident is going to be to the death. Pretty confident it's to the death. They're waiting for dust up to... Bye, baby. You going downtown? You want to take the truck if you want. I don't care. Okay. Love you, baby. There's time warp, literally what we called, and it'll be to the death, and they're both popping to the death. Master strategist again. They're going for the play again. Oh no. Why am I not seeing it? Hold up. Why am I not seeing the skill? Wait, what? Okay, so they used the time warp. Oh my god. Oh. Yikes. Did they pop the skill? They... Hold on. Bro, I'm just trying to see the skill. Did they pop it? I think they did, right? There's Master Strategy. Master Strategy. Master Strategy. They did pop it. Wow. Bottom left obelisk? What a weird play. Why? Bro, they would have probably gotten it. They had them where they wanted. That's literally, they lined them up. It was perfect. It was perfect. They literally just had to pop it right here again. So here's why I'm saying this. All right, I'm just gonna stay on this screen for a second just so I can explain it. When 62 popped it, when 62 popped, right, and this is the difference. All their fighting was happening right here, right? Your arc runner is gonna naturally grab from the back. If you block them right here, there's no way they're getting to you before the thing pops if you have great timing. I just don't understand. Like, dude, you know you need the arc. Why are you not using it on the arc? I don't care about an obelisk play with 20 minutes left. That makes no sense. They line them up perfectly. So the issue that you would have run into, right, is if 45Q had pushed up and the fighting was happening on this side, that's chalked, right? But the second 62 had them locked in right here fighting, they could have easily popped it right here, pulled back, grabbed the arc, and then popped again instantly. It literally lined up. It was like a perfect storm where it lined up exactly the way it did the first time. That's so confusing. I don't know why they would do that. So here's my deal. The reason why I'm saying that is because they are clearly not winning in the occupation game, right? It's very evident. So if you are going to use skills like that, you 100% are using it on, you have to use it on mid. There's no way. Because I'll give you this, even if, you ready for this? Even if they did take that obelisk, I have zero faith that they are going to hold that obelisk for 2 minutes. Based on the occupation that I'm seeing, there's no way they're holding that for 2 minutes. So then don't even, like, I wouldn't even try that, man. Stick to what you're great at and just rock it out. That timing was amazing. And if they wouldn't have, and the funny part is nobody in mid adjusted to that because they didn't see anything. So they just kept beating the brakes off of everyone in mid. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. A slight blunder on the side of 62. Oof. And look, even with the stocking up skill being used by 62, we still have quite a bit of provisioning coming in on the side of 45. So right now, pretty confident they're just gonna hold. We're just gonna hold this guy. We're gonna hold this guy. I'll probably hop in the node to drop, or maybe not. Okay. Sometimes people will hop in the node to drop the art. and then pick it up with like a tankier march just in case they need to, you know, for survivability. But he says hold my CC. All right. Where did they use it? So they used it, apparently the icon was, they used it over here. And then I believe it went to the obelisk. So that was their obelisk play. I don't know. It threw me for a loop though. I think they were doing, I think that was their play for an obelisk. The problem is, right? That's something you want to do in arc number 1, right? You don't want to do that in 2 when there's only 20 minutes left. Like, who cares at that point, right? Sure, have the obelisk. Who cares? Points per minute, 767, nilled up. So now 62 is going to have to almost double up on occupation in order to catch up, which that's easier said than done. That's easier said than done. They are now down by 4,000 before the 3,500 arc. So they are technically down by 7,500 points right now. It's not looking good on the side of 62. The good part is, here's the good part. If that was a misclick, their mid game did look pretty solid, right? So those are foundational blocks you can build on for the next game. I just think 45 is putting so much pressure based on occupation that it's kind of forcing 62 to have to do these like pulling rabbits out of hats kind of play. But we'll see. We'll see. Do me a huge favor, fam. If y'all are enjoying the stream and the cast, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the link out with your friend. We are going to be casting all morning long. So love to see y'all's beautiful faces on this beautiful Saturday morning. All right, let me see. Trying to force them to cap it, but to be honest, I don't think they're really that worried about it. They'll just rally. All right, he died. It's a great delay tactic if he can get it, but I don't think he touched it. I think he died. I think he died. There you go. He did. Bro, homie was on the other side of the map. He's not even on his right lane. Dang, that guy's a warrior. All right, here goes another Desert Altar. About to get knocked down again. Let's see. How's mid rotation looking like? Let's see. Blue DA team is late. 606, 489 versus 377, 535. KVK was a good watch. Nice. Yeah, like I said, feel free if we want to set up something in the rock chat, by all means. If y'all hear of stuff, then we can make a running post, or if we need to make a channel, y'all are mods. Y'all welcome to make channels. Or let me know and I can do it. If there's ideas y'all have, just let me know in moderator chat and I'm down. But y'all feel free to make whatever channels, man. Y'all free reign. There will potentially be 1875, 1365, 2359, and 2728 soon. So I know 1875 is, did they revive? They're alive? They're alive. They're running it back. Is it this? Is it the old squad, Leo? I don't know 2359, and I have heard of 2728, but I don't know where I've heard from them. Yeah, dang, let's go. Is Fleisch them back up? Fleisch is bringing it back old school, baby. Dun dun dun. All right, 590, 530. They're holding on for dear life, and just like that, oh no. Oh, they baited him in. Oh no. Cue the got him. Cue the got him. Oh no. And to make things worse, to make all things worse, you remember that guy, chat, that we were like, oh man, he's going after the arc runner. He just handed 45Q the win. He just handed him the win. You know why? Look at the arc timer. He picked up the arc and it reset the timer. So for those of y'all that don't know, the problem that used to happen back in the day with arc is you could pick up an arc, run it. You know how there's that 15-minute timer? Well, then you could drop it, pick it back up, new 15-minute timer, drop it, pick it up. And it was always a problem, right? So what they did was they changed the dynamic to where when you pick it up, 15 minutes, unless the opponent picks it back up, the timer won't reset. So if you pick it up, you die, your teammate picks it up, it's still a running timer. It doesn't reset back to 15. But because the opponent picked up the arc, it auto reset once they killed him and picked it back up. So now there is no more time. There was gonna be 6.5 minutes left. Just gifted him the win right there. Dang. All right, well, we don't need to worry about a third arc. GG's. I remember you, my eyes. I remember you. Remember you. Yep. Remember. I remember you. Dang. Kind of took the wind out of the sails, didn't it, old boys? Whew. Dang. You know the confidence that you have to have? Bro, they ran 4-6. Good Lord. Talk about zero diversity right here. It's win or go home. Look, 6, 6, 6, 6. Couple of twos. Kind of resting their hat on that one, aren't they? Zero diversity, no Desert Storm, no nothing. Just wow. I want to. I'm hoping that they switch their skills up for the next one. To be honest with you. I think 3 is enough. I don't think you need 4 6s. I think you need diversity in your skills. But we'll see. We'll see if they adjust to it. All right, 7 minutes left, fam. They just captured the Ark. They are down by 9,000 score. This one is pretty much over. There is no way, because they have been gathering and bringing their provisioners in. Yeah. Even with this, I still think they're going to end up with like 6,500 in provisioning. So the big pop that you would normally see at the end of a match isn't going to be a big pop. And even then, 45Q, look at their provisions, and they haven't been using stocking up or anything. Positioning is very well on the side of 45Q across the board. It's just, just so much time in neutral. Right when you think you're getting like a little momentum, you just flip over to this and you're just like, ugh. But hey, it is what it is. It's game one. They'll adjust. We'll see if they make those adjustments that are going to be necessary, because there's a clear difference, right? In occupation and in mid game. And you noticed, right? If it wasn't for Master Strategy, 45Q was blowing the brakes off of them in the middle too. So it's not just, it wasn't just that, right? So it may come down to 62 having to pull rabbits out of their hat to win. But we're going to find out. It's cooked, yeah. Game one is done. Done and dusted. 10,000 score. I'm trying to think of additional suggestions that they should go. I honestly am not a fan of the 4 6s on the skills, because it really doesn't leave you very much room, right? Because you only have 10 on your skill bar. And so the most you can ever pop is a 6 and a 2. It leaves you no diversity, right? You don't have a 3, you don't have a 4, like you don't have anything. You don't have any ability to pop more than 2 skills at any given moment, which for most people doesn't sound terrible, but you also don't have energetic running right now to help you rebuild the skill bar. So it is what it is, though. I think if you're going to run that, you need some energetic on it, and then probably get rid of the stocking up if you're going to plan on doing that. And then on the side of QQ, there's a nice blend. You got a couple of 2s, a 3, and then your 3 6s. Oh man, it'll be interesting though. It'll be interesting to see what adaptations they make. I'm hoping they switch up their skills, but we're gonna find out. Because now when you look at it, fam, even if they would have gotten that arc, they were still down. They would be down by almost 7,000. Like, let that, like, you know, the difference is, here's the real big difference. Those blunders right there that just happened could have potentially been a 7,000 point swing, potentially, right? Why 7,000? Well, they lost the mid fight. That's worth 3,500, right? And by their player grabbing the arc and resetting the timer, there was no third arc, which would have been worth 4,000 points. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. It's like they baited him really good, but now we're just using skills for memes right now. And this map is pretty much chalked. They baited him real good. Q still winning. I wish I had put stuff on them. It doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, it's just betting on some matches. It's all love, baby. Dude, everybody in their sweet hats nowadays. All these commanders with all the hats. All right, probably in the break chat. We got 2 minutes left. We'll chat about it right now, and then we're gonna, once we hop out, we'll check on the timers, see what we're looking like, and then from there, I may get something to drink. We can all do a little quick restroom break and then hop back in. But usually it's like 10:15 before they hop in the next one. I can't wait to get BQ, LC. I'm repeating KVK2 as I'm way too low power. So good. So good. I think at a certain point, you just have to understand that there is no catching up. The reality of it is these games, you never catch up. That's the reality that I always tell everybody is if you're constantly going backwards to catch up, you're never going to move forwards to where you need to be. Right? Because then what's going to happen is you're going to be so far behind. You're going to have BQ and LC, right? And then there's going to be 6 new ones that are even better than those that now, because you're so far behind, it's not going to make a difference. You'll always be playing catch up, always, by moving backwards. All right, here's Hera. That's why when people told me to move back, I was like, nah, I'm good. Because at a certain point, it's not going to make a difference. You're going to always play catch up. Hera holding on for dear life. Woo! 1 minute. 1 second. My bad. GG's.